Hey friends, tonight we float beyond the noise of our world into a soft and endless silence where stars drift like silver dust over an ocean made of time. Somewhere, far above the hum of your breathing, galaxies turn, enormous spirals of starlight, each one home to hundreds of billions of suns, moons, and worlds that will never meet. So, before you settle in, take a slow breath. And if you enjoy these sleepy science stories, consider liking the video and subscribing. It truly helps keep this channel glowing quietly at night. Tonight's story is about the galaxies, not as numbers or charts or data, but as living dreams of the cosmos. They are the slowest dancers in existence, moving together for billions of years, too patient for our eyes to see. Out there, light travels for ages to reach us. When you look up at a faint blur in the sky, you're not seeing where that galaxy is. You're seeing where it was, long before you were born. Every shimmer is a whisper from ancient time. So, find a comfortable place. Let your body melt into the quiet. And tell me where you're listening from and what time it is there tonight. Section 1. The Silent Heart of the Milky Way. If you could drift to the very center of our Milky Way, past the bright arms of stars, through the veils of cosmic dust, you would arrive at something utterly still, yet unimaginably powerful. There, hidden behind a fog of gas and shadow, lies Sagittarius A star, a supermassive black hole, about 4 million times the mass of our Sun. It doesn't roar, it doesn't shine, it waits, quietly bending the light of everything around it. Stars near the center of the galaxy move so fast they complete orbits in just a few years, pulled by that invisible gravity. To them, space itself is curved, like a deep breath drawn and never released. From Earth, this region is wrapped in darkness, obscured by interstellar dust. But with radio telescopes, we can hear its outline, a faint echo, like a pulse inside the galaxy's chest. In 2022, astronomers captured the first image of Sagittarius A using a planet-sized array of telescopes. What they saw was a blurry ring of fire, the shadow of the black hole, surrounded by light that has been bent and slowed by gravity. And here's something quietly humbling. Our entire solar system, all its history and motion, is slowly orbiting that black heart, one full circle every 230 million years. The last time the Sun completed such a loop, the first dinosaurs were walking on Earth. So, when you look up tonight, remember, even as everything feels still, you're moving, drifting around a silent, ancient center in a galaxy that breathes once every few 100 million years. In that endless rhythm, you are already part of something vast and serene. Section 2. The light that left before you were born. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine a single beam of light, photon, so small it has no rest, no sound, no weight, just a journey. That photon may have begun its path long before there was language, before there was you, before even our sun had formed. It might have been born in the heart of a distant galaxy, when a star collapsed and flared, releasing its last breath as a wave of light. Now, that same photon has traveled for billions of years, untouched, silent, unwavering, crossing the emptiness between galaxies. It glides through clouds of hydrogen, past frozen worlds, through dark matter's invisible embrace. It has no sense of time, only motion, until, one night, it finds your eyes. When you see a faint speck in the sky, a galaxy so far it looks like dust, you are actually seeing that ancient light. You're seeing history itself, arriving just now. Take the Andromeda Galaxy, our nearest spiral neighbour. It lies about 2.5 million light years away, which means the light you see from it tonight began its journey when Homo habilis, our distant ancestors, were shaping the first stone tools on Earth. That soft glow in the dark sky is a fossil of light, a memory of a time when humans did not yet dream of stars. And when astronomers look deeper, far beyond Andromeda, they see galaxies so remote that their light has been stretched and reddened by the expansion of the universe. The farther we look, the redder the light becomes. This is called redshift, the universe itself expanding, like a slow sigh that never ends. Some of those galaxies are seen as they were 13 billion years ago, just after the birth of everything. Their light has been traveling almost the entire age of the universe to reach our eyes. Think about that. The glow you see from your window tonight is older than every human story, older than the Earth's mountains, older than life itself. And yet, that light, fragile as it is, found you. So, as you breathe now, let your thoughts drift like that photon, free, unhurried, crossing the quiet between worlds. Because somewhere in this moment, you are both the dreamer and the receiver of ancient starlight. You are what the universe was trying to remember. Section 3. Galactic shapes, spirals, ellipses, and the irregular dreamers. Imagine the universe as a vast ocean, and galaxies as islands floating upon its still, invisible waves. No two islands look the same. Some are graceful spirals, arms of starlight, slowly curling outward like frozen whirlpools. Others are soft, round ellipses, ancient and quiet, filled with old stars that no longer burn bright. And a few are wild and unpredictable, the irregular dreamers of the cosmos, shaped by collisions, born from chaos, yet glowing with unexpected beauty. The Milky Way, your home, is one of those spiral galaxies. From afar, it would look like a great glowing pinwheel, about 100,000 light years across, turning gently once every few 100 million years. Each of its spiral arms is a cradle of creation. Clouds of gas, dust, and newborn stars forming in waves, like breath through the lungs of the galaxy. Spiral galaxies are the storytellers of the universe, bright, full of movement and pattern, like music written in starlight. They tend to live in calm neighborhoods where they can slowly turn, unbothered for billions of years. Elliptical galaxies, in contrast, are the elders, vast, rounded shapes made of stars long past their youth. They glow in warm tones of red and gold because their young blue stars have faded away. They are often born from the merging of two spirals, two dancers meeting, colliding, and eventually becoming one quiet sphere of light. And then there are the irregulars, galaxies so chaotic they refuse to fit any pattern. Some look torn apart, their arms twisted, their centers askew. But within their disorder, something miraculous happens. New stars ignite faster than anywhere else. Astronomers call them starburst galaxies, places where the universe seems to be breathing rapidly, forming suns by the thousands every single year. Our telescopes have found that even in this cosmic variety, there is order, a rhythm hidden in the shapes. Galaxies form and evolve the way trees grow, rivers bend, or clouds drift. Never identical, but always obeying a quiet geometry. And perhaps that's what makes them so soothing to imagine before sleep. That in all their vastness, all their light and shadow, galaxies remind us that beauty doesn't come from perfection. It comes from motion, from time, from change. So tonight, as you breathe out, think of yourself as part of that spiral, a single curve of light, turning slowly through the deep, endless calm of space. Section 4. Stars that never sleep. Star. Somewhere within those gentle spiral arms, in clouds vast enough to cradle 1,000 suns, new stars are quietly being born. They do not appear in explosions of noise or flame, but in silence, in the cold darkness of molecular clouds where gravity begins its patient work. Imagine a region called the Orion Nebula, about 1,344 light-years away. If you could float there, you'd see a river of glowing gas, pinks, violets, and blues folding into each other like silk in water. Within that mist, clumps of gas begin to collapse under their own weight, growing hotter, denser, until the first flicker of nuclear fire awakens inside. That spark is a protostar, the heart of a future sun. Each newborn star begins its life wrapped in dust, hidden, shy, but full of potential. As it burns brighter, the light pushes the surrounding gas away, revealing itself like dawn breaking through fog. Around it, leftover dust and rock start to swirl, forming disks that may one day become planets, moons, or maybe a world like ours. This is the cosmic nursery, where the universe never truly sleeps. Even now, in every direction, stars are being born at a rate of about 1 every second, somewhere in the observable universe. And each of those stars will live for millions or billions of years, shining steadily until the fuel in their hearts runs out. Some will fade gently into white dwarfs, small, dim, but still warm. Others, much larger, will end in magnificent supernovae, detonations so bright they outshine entire galaxies for a brief moment. These explosions scatter the elements of life, carbon, oxygen, iron, into space, seeding the clouds that will one day birth new stars again. You see, stars are not eternal. but their endings feed new beginnings. The calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, the carbon in your skin, all were forged in the hearts of ancient stars that lived and died long before Earth existed. So when you breathe, when you dream, when your heartbeat slows into the rhythm of night, remember, you are, quite literally, the dust of stars that never slept. The same atoms that once shone across a galaxy now rest gently within you, glowing faintly with memory. And if you listen closely, maybe you can almost hear it, that slow celestial heartbeat pulsing across light years, whispering, you are not separate from the stars. You are what they became. Section 5. The Dance of Colliding Galaxies. Out there, beyond the faint shimmer of the Milky Way, galaxies are not fixed islands. They drift, drawn together by invisible threads of gravity, and sometimes those threads pull tight until two galaxies meet. But unlike what our minds imagine, it is not a violent crash. It is a slow, majestic ballet that lasts for billions of years. When two galaxies approach, their stars rarely collide. The space between them is too vast. Instead, their mutual gravity pulls at each other's arms, stretching them like taffy, curling them into long, luminous streams. Clouds of gas collide and compress, triggering new waves of starbirth. Brilliant clusters of blue light flickering into being like cosmic fireworks. One of the most hauntingly beautiful examples is the Antennae galaxies, about 45 million light-years away. Once two graceful spirals, they now intertwine, their shapes distorted, their arms flung outward in twin arcs that resemble insect antennae. Where their cores touch, millions of new stars are forming at once. The collision has turned chaos into creation. And someday, it will be our turn. In about 4 billion years, the Andromeda galaxy will meet the Milky Way. Even now, it's moving toward us at over 400,000 kilometers per hour, an inevitable embrace. When it happens, the skies of Earth's far future will be breathtaking. Andromeda will grow brighter, larger, until it fills the night like a second Milky Way. Our solar system will drift into new orbits, new constellations will form, and over billions of years, the two galaxies will merge into one. A new elliptical world of light that astronomers have already named Milkdromeda. But you need not worry. No stars will collide, no sound will be heard. The dance is too slow, too vast for our brief senses to grasp. It will happen in silence, like the movement of tides we can never feel. So, when you close your eyes tonight, imagine yourself as part of that slow waltz. Your life, your breath, your heartbeat, all part of the rhythm of galaxies turning, touching, transforming. Because in the grand choreography of the cosmos, even collision is a kind of grace. Even endings are beginnings in disguise. And in that knowledge, you can rest, knowing that somewhere, two galaxies are dancing for you. Section 6. The Hidden Darkness. dark matter, and dark energy. Now, let your thoughts drift into the deeper dark, the part of the universe you cannot see. Yet it is everywhere. Between the galaxies, behind the light, beneath every motion, something unseen holds it all together. Astronomers call it dark matter. It does not shine, it does not reflect, and it cannot be touched. But without it, galaxies would fall apart. You see, when scientists measured how fast stars move around their galactic centers, the math didn't fit. There wasn't enough visible mass to create the gravity needed to hold them together. So there must be something else, something vast and invisible, weaving through every star, every spiral, every cosmic filament. Dark matter makes up about 27% of the universe, while everything we can see, every atom, planet, star, and breath, makes up less than 5%. The rest, the majority, is something stranger still. Dark energy. If dark matter holds the cosmos together, dark energy is what pushes it apart. It's an invisible pressure, a quiet acceleration that stretches the fabric of space itself. Billions of years ago, galaxies were closer, like fireflies gathered near one another. But dark energy began to pull at the seams of the universe, and the space between galaxies started to expand faster and faster still. Now, the universe grows larger every second, like an infinite breath being drawn in and never released. You are living inside that breath. Every moment, even now as you read, the atoms in your body are a little farther apart from the atoms in a distant galaxy. The cosmos itself is stretching gently, like a dream expanding. And yet, in that immensity, everything remains connected by gravity, by light, by memory. Perhaps that's what dark matter and dark energy truly are. Not just physical forces, but the universe's way of holding and releasing, of remembering and forgetting. They are the in-breath and out-breath of existence, the pulse between stillness and creation, the reason galaxies can both stay together and drift apart. So, as you rest, imagine that you too are held by this invisible web, secure, suspended in the soft gravity of now. You are part of the 5% that glows, yet you are carried within the 95% that breathes silently beyond sight. In the hush of space, where darkness outweighs light, you are both the seen and the unseen, the whisper and the silence that follows. Section 7. Galactic winds and cosmic dust. Breathe in deeply and imagine the air around you filled not with oxygen but with stardust, because that's exactly what the universe exhales. Fine particles of carbon, silicates and frozen metals drifting between the stars like faint perfume. Every galaxy breathes. Its stars live, burn, and release winds that sweep through the spiral arms. These are not gentle breezes, but cosmic tempests, galactic winds, flowing at thousands of kilometers per second. Yet, in the scale of the cosmos, even that rush feels slow, almost meditative, When massive stars end their lives in supernovae, they scatter the materials of life into space. Oxygen, nitrogen, iron, all flung outward like glowing seeds. The winds carry them away, weaving soft clouds that shimmer faintly in ultraviolet light. Over millions of years, these clouds cool, collapse, and form new stars and worlds. In this way, every galaxy is like a vast forest, recycling its matter endlessly. The dust from old stars becomes the soil from which new stars bloom. The air of the cosmos never stands still. It moves, whispers, and renews itself constantly. Here's something quietly beautiful. Scientists have detected organic molecules, the very ingredients of life, in these interstellar clouds. In the Perseus molecular cloud, for instance, floating carbon chains known as polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons absorb starlight and re-emit it in deep red. That faint red glow, invisible to our eyes but clear through infrared telescopes, may be the breath of countless dying suns. And this dust, it travels. Tiny particles from distant stars pass through our solar system every day. Some settle on the frozen caps of Antarctica. Others drift down into oceans or rest unseen upon your skin. Each speck carries a history older than our planet, fragments of other worlds, other skies. If you've ever felt the sun warm your face, you've touched energy that began as nuclear fire in the heart of a star.
If you've ever seen light scatter in a dusty room, you've seen, on a smaller scale, what galaxies do, bending and softening light through endless clouds of creation. So tonight, as you lie still, let yourself feel that quiet movement. The air, the dust, the warmth, all part of the same cycle that spins galaxies into being. Because you too are made of that dust. And, like the universe, you breathe it out, gently, endlessly, back into the dark. Section 8. The faintest whisper. Cosmic microwave background. If you could turn off every star, every galaxy, every planet's light, and sit in absolute darkness, you would still not be in silence, because the universe itself hums softly, steadily, with a sound older than time. It is the faintest whisper of creation, the cosmic microwave background, or CMB. This gentle glow is the oldest light we can see, the afterglow of the Big Bang, when the universe was only 380,000 years old. Back then, everything was a dense, hot ocean of energy and particles. When it cooled enough, light finally broke free and began to travel. That first light has been moving ever since, stretching as the universe expanded, its wavelength growing longer, fainter, until it became the soft microwave signal that still fills space today. You can't see it with your eyes, but every direction you look, every patch of sky carries that ancient light. When your television or radio once flickered with static, a tiny part of that noise was the echo of the Big Bang itself, arriving after nearly 14 billion years of travel. It's everywhere, in the quiet between stars, in the blackness between galaxies, even surrounding our own planet like an invisible fog of warmth at about 2.7 Kelvin above absolute zero.
Scientists mapped it first in 1965, almost by accident, when two engineers, Penzias and Wilson, were puzzled by a persistent hum in their radio antenna. They thought it was pigeon droppings, or static, or city interference, but it was none of those things. It was the voice of the universe, still resonating from its birth. Today, satellites like Planck and Kobe have traced that faint light across the sky. It's not perfectly even. There are tiny ripples, small temperature differences no greater than a few millionths of a degree. Yet those ripples are sacred in their simplicity. They mark the seeds from which all galaxies, stars, and planets would one day grow. In that ancient echo, we can read our origin story, a moment when everything began to unfold. So, as you lie here, listening to the low rhythm of your breath, imagine that you are listening to that same cosmic hum, a soft vibration that has never ceased, a song that began before there were ears to hear it. It is the lullaby of existence itself. And somewhere within its endless, fading chorus, the universe is still whispering, "I am still here." Section 9. The loneliest galaxies in the void. Far beyond the shining clusters and crowded cosmic webs, there are regions so empty, so vast, that a single galaxy can drift for billions of years without meeting another. These are the cosmic voids, silent oceans of darkness, stretching across hundreds of millions of light years, where matter thins to almost nothing. Inside these voids, a few galaxies wander alone. Faint, isolated beacons surrounded by nothing but black. Astronomers have found them scattered across the map of the universe, like lost lanterns in a forgotten sea. Some, like M64, the Black Eye Galaxy, spin in quiet defiance, their stars turning in opposite directions, as if one part remembers the past and the other has chosen to forget. In such isolation, time feels different. Without neighbors to tug at their gravity or exchange light, these galaxies evolve slowly. Their stars age undisturbed. Their gas clouds grow thin. Their spirals fade into hazy ellipses of pale light. They are the introverts of the cosmos, unhurried, self-contained, content to drift in silence. Yet even here, even in the deepest dark, there is beauty. The faint glow of these lonely galaxies still reaches us across unimaginable distance, soft and patient, like a candle left in an empty room. It tells us something quietly profound, that light persists even when no one is near to see it. And maybe that's what the void really is. Not emptiness, but a kind of cosmic stillness, a pause between the great gatherings of galaxies, a space for the universe to breathe. In 1981, astronomers discovered one of the largest of these regions, the Boötes Void, a spherical expanse nearly 330 million light-years wide. Within it, only a few dozen galaxies have been found, floating like specks of dust in a cathedral of nothingness. Imagine that scale. A single dot of starlight
surrounded by an ocean so vast it could swallow thousands of Milky Ways and still remain silent. But in that silence there is peace. The stars there shine with no competition, no crowd, just the echo of their own light. Their photons will wander for billions of years before finding anyone to greet them. So if you ever feel small, or alone, or unseen, remember that even the loneliest galaxy still glows. Even in the most empty corner of the cosmos, light continues, quietly, simply, without needing to be noticed. The universe doesn't rush, it doesn't shout, it endures, and so do you. Section 10. The Bridges of Light, Galactic Filaments. Now open your mind's eye a little wider. Beyond the lonely galaxies and clusters lies the grandest pattern of all, a cosmic architecture woven from light itself. Astronomers call it the cosmic web, and within it, galactic filaments stretch across billions of light years, connecting galaxies into luminous threads. From afar, it looks like a living network, a delicate lace of light spanning the universe. These filaments are not solid bridges, but rivers of gravity and matter. Each one is a strand of dark matter dusted with galaxies, hundreds of thousands of them, like fireflies caught in a vast spider's web. Between the filaments lie the voids, the great silent gaps you've already visited in your dreams. The largest of these structures, the Hercules Corona Borealis Great Wall, spans nearly 10 billion light years. It is so immense that light itself takes longer than most of cosmic history to cross it. If you could see the universe from far enough away, you would see this web glowing faintly, like neurons in a cosmic brain firing, connecting, whispering across the dark. This is the universe's secret geometry. Galaxies are not scattered at random. They follow invisible paths shaped by gravity, born from the tiny ripples left in the cosmic microwave background you heard about before. Those ripples grew, slowly, into filaments of matter that pulled light and dust together, until stars ignited and galaxies formed. In a way, we live upon one of those filaments, a single glowing thread in a tapestry that never ends. When you look up at the Milky Way, stretching across the night sky, what you're really seeing is our local strand in the cosmic web, a luminous bridge of countless suns, seen from inside the silk of infinity. There's something beautifully meditative in that thought, that everything, from your heartbeat to the swirl of galaxies, follows patterns of connection. You are part of a network older than time. Each breath, each thought, is another pulse in that web, resonating faintly, endlessly, with the same quiet rhythm. So tonight, as you drift deeper into stillness, imagine those filaments around you, soft chords of starlight and gravity, holding you gently in place. You are not floating alone in darkness. You are suspended in the light that binds all things together. The universe is not empty. It is connected, and it is quietly holding you too. Section 11. When Galaxies Sing. The sound
of gravity waves. If the universe could make music, it would not sound like an orchestra. It would sound like the slow bending of space itself. In 2015, scientists detected the first gravitational waves, faint ripples in space-time, predicted a century earlier by Einstein. They came from two black holes spiraling together over 1 billion light-years away. When they finally merged, the collision sent tremors through the fabric of the universe. Tremors that, after traveling across cosmic time, gently shook the instruments on Earth. Not enough to move a leaf, but enough to whisper across detectors so precise they could sense a change smaller than the width of an atom. Those ripples were the universe singing. Gravitational waves are like the bass notes of creation. Deep, invisible, felt rather than heard. They stretch and compress everything as they pass, even you, even now, though too faint for your body to notice. But the cosmos notices. Every great collision, every merging galaxy, every pair of stars falling into one another adds its voice to that silent symphony. Astronomers have begun translating those waves into sound, turning data into frequencies our ears can perceive. And when you listen, you hear something haunting and slow, a long, low whoop, rising in pitch as two black holes approach each other, like the final breath before they become one. Imagine that sound continuing endlessly across space. Every merger, every collapse, every creation, adding another tone to the background hum of existence. Our Milky Way contributes its own quiet notes. The slow orbit of stars, the gentle rhythm of the galactic disk, the heartbeat of Sagittarius A star. Together, they form a cosmic choir that never stops singing, even when no one is awake to listen. And here's a thought to hold close. When two galaxies merge, like the Milky Way and Andromeda will one day, the music will deepen, spreading ripples across the dark for billions of years. Those waves will travel beyond where light can reach, carrying the memory of that union forever. The next time you hear a soft hum in the stillness, the wind, the fridge, your own pulse, imagine it's the echo of that distant music, because in a way, it is. You are part of the same fabric that vibrates when galaxies dance. The quiet you feel is not empty. It's full of the universe's slowest song. So, breathe in and let that unseen melody carry you deeper into calm. You are inside the music of everything, and it has been playing for 13.8 billion years. Section 12. Time moves differently among the stars. Time, the quietest current in the universe. It flows around you constantly, though not always at the same speed. Up there, among the stars and black holes, time bends. It stretches, slows, and ripples like the surface of a dark river. Einstein once showed that time is woven into space itself, forming a single fabric called space-time. When something massive sits upon that fabric, a planet, a star, a galaxy, it causes a gentle curve, like a stone pressing into water. The deeper the gravity, the slower time flows. So, if you stood near a black hole, 1 hour for you might be years, even centuries for someone far away. In the film Interstellar, this was more than imagination. It was physics. On the planet orbiting a massive black hole, each minute stretched into 7 years. And while that scene was fiction, the principle was true. We have measured this effect here on Earth. Time moves slightly faster on mountaintops than it does at sea level, because gravity there is weaker. Even your head ages infinitesimally faster than your feet. But beyond numbers and equations, there is something poetic in this truth. It means that every galaxy, every star, experiences time differently. At the edge of a galaxy, where the pull is light, stars spin more freely. Near the core, where gravity is dense, the seconds move slower. The dance becomes heavier, more deliberate. And somewhere in between, we exist. Beings of matter and memory, flowing through time's uneven river. When astronomers look deep into the cosmos, they aren't just looking far away. They're looking back in time. A telescope is a time machine. It shows us galaxies as they were billions of years ago. In the Hubble ultra-deep field, the faintest specks of light are galaxies whose glow began before the Milky Way was even born. We are always seeing the past, living in the present, and falling gently toward the future, all at once. So, as you drift tonight, imagine time as soft fabric beneath you, your body pressing gently into it, leaving small ripples that fade into infinity. Every breath you take moves through space-time, and the universe moves with you, expanding, aging, shimmering. Perhaps the stars do not rise and fall. Perhaps it is we who drift through their endless patience, measuring moments with our hearts, while the cosmos measures them with eternity. And that's okay, because the slow dance of time among the stars is the rhythm that holds everything together. So let go of the clock for now. You are moving perfectly, right on time with the universe itself. Section 13. The Colours of Infinity. If the universe could paint, it would use light as its brush. Every galaxy, every star, every particle of dust contributes a hue to the infinite canvas of space. When you look up at the night sky, the stars seem white, but that's only because your eyes are too sensitive to brightness, not colour. In truth, the stars are alive with shades. The cool crimson of old giants, the blue-white shimmer of young suns, the golden calm of ones like our own. Each colour tells a story about temperature and time. Blue stars are hot and restless. They burn fiercely, live briefly, and fade young. Red stars are cooler, older. They burn slowly, lasting trillions of years like embers glowing in the quiet. And then there's the light from galaxies, layered, diffused, and scattered across unimaginable distances. The farther a galaxy is, the redder its light becomes, stretched by the universe's expansion, a phenomenon called cosmological redshift. It's as if the cosmos itself is breathing light out, turning the bright songs of its youth into a gentle, fading hum. Some of the most distant galaxies ever seen by the James Webb Space Telescope are painted in deep amber tones, their light stretched by more than 13 billion years of travel. What you see is not their present, but their ancient glow, the colour of their first sunrise. There are other colours too, hidden from human sight. Infrared, where cold dust radiates softly in warmth unseen. Ultraviolet, where newborn stars blaze, and X-ray light, born from the violence near black holes. Invisible to your eyes, but alive in the instruments that can hear it. If you could see all wavelengths at once, the universe would not be black. It would shimmer like a living aurora. Waves of pink, violet, sapphire and gold pulsing through endless dark. Even the darkness itself is not truly empty. It's filled with light, too faint to touch you, too ancient to name. The night sky above you is the faint glow of every galaxy ever born, overlapping into a soft cosmic haze, the extragalactic background light, a subtle memory of everything that has ever shone. So, when you close your eyes tonight, imagine that light flowing gently over you. A river of colours you can't quite see, but can almost feel. Because those colours aren't just out there, they live within you. The iron in your blood reflects red. The oxygen in your lungs glows blue when it burns in a flame. The calcium in your bones shines violet in the right light. You are a prism through which the universe sees itself. The colours of infinity are already inside you, softly glowing, patiently waiting for you to rest. Section 14. Our future galaxy, the birth of Milkdromeda. In about 4 billion years, the night sky will begin to change. Slowly at first, so slowly that no living creature will notice. But over millions of centuries, a faint blur in the constellation Andromeda will grow brighter, larger, more defined. That blur is a galaxy, the Andromeda Galaxy, our nearest neighbour, a majestic spiral roughly the same size as the Milky Way, filled with 1 trillion stars. Right now, it is drifting toward us at 400,000 kilometers per hour, an ancient motion set in place before our sun was born. At first, its light will look like a soft smear of silver across the darkness. Then, one night in the distant future, it will bloom across the sky like a second Milky Way, its arms stretching from horizon to horizon, filling the heavens with light. It will be the most breathtaking sight the Earth has ever seen, and then the dance will begin. Our galaxies will pull at each other, their shapes distorting, arms twisting like ribbons of silk. Stars will move, but rarely collide. Space is too vast for that. Instead, gravity will blend them gently, stirring their gas and dust into new forms. Everywhere the two galaxies touch, waves of starbirth will ignite. billions of new suns flaring to life in a cosmic dawn. Eventually, after a few billion more years, the Milky Way and Andromeda will merge into one luminous elliptical galaxy, a vast new home of light and silence. Astronomers already call it Milkdromeda, a name that sounds almost like a dream you might have just before waking. Our solar system by then will have drifted to the outskirts of that new galaxy, perhaps even farther, orbiting quietly, still warmed by our old sun, now an aging ember. There will be no night as we know it, only the glow of countless stars surrounding every horizon. The sky will shimmer with colours unseen before, violets, golds, silvers, as entire star clusters float like lanterns across the heavens.
And though we won't be here to see it, it brings comfort to know that our galaxy's story is not ending. It is simply changing shape, becoming something new. Even the universe, in its grand patience, believes in renewal. So when you close your eyes tonight, imagine that far future sky, where two galaxies have become one, where old light meets new, and where everything that was ever separate finally learns how to move together. And perhaps, somewhere deep within that shining union, a small world turns in silence and dreams, just as you do now, of the night that never truly ends.
Section 15. You are a piece of a galaxy. Now, after drifting across the spiral arms and the silent dark, it's time to return home. Not back to Earth, but to yourself. Because you too are made of stars. Every atom in your body, the carbon that builds your cells, the calcium in your bones, the iron that carries oxygen in your blood, was forged in the heart of a star that once lived, burned, and died long before our sun was born. When that star ended its life in a supernova, it released those elements into space, and after billions of years they came together again in clouds, in dust, in oceans, in you. You are a continuation of the galaxy's memory, a small, luminous echo of all that has ever shone. The same processes that shape spiral arms and birth new suns are happening inside you. Chemical reactions, the flow of energy, the slow, patient dance between creation and decay. If you could zoom out far enough, you'd see yourself glowing faintly in the tapestry of the cosmos, a single note in an endless harmony of light. And if you could listen closely enough, you'd hear the same rhythm that guides the galaxies, a pulse that beats not just in the stars, but in the quiet chambers of your own heart. Every thought you've ever had is made possible by atoms older than time, by particles that once travelled between galaxies before finding each other in you. You are a constellation of borrowed starlight, a temporary form for something eternal. And that's the softest truth of all, that you were never really separate from the cosmos. You've always been a part of it, moving, breathing, shining along with it. So tonight, as your body becomes still and your mind begins to drift, Let go into that vastness. Let the universe cradle you the way it cradles every star. Because to it, you are not small. You are perfect, a fragment of infinity, finally resting. Sleep now, starlight. The galaxies are still turning. The dark is full of warmth. And everything, everywhere, is gently holding you.